Georgia prosecutor in the Trump election meddling case testifies before the House Judiciary Committee. That's Nathan Wade. And he admitted he met with White House staff on several occasions while working on the investigation that was led by Fulton County DA Fani Willis. He also says he had to brush up on his knowledge of racketeering law. So that continues.
Nathan Wade was in Washington today. You remember him. Wade was, or maybe still is, the boyfriend of Fulton County DA Fani Willis. He is also the former special prosecutor in former President Donald Trump's Georgia election case. Despite an office with assistant DAs, Willis had hired Wade. He is now the former special prosecutor because Wade had to step down. This after Wade and Willis's love affair became public, and the judge issued an order saying that one of them, Wade or Willis, had to withdraw from the case. Wade chose to withdraw. His withdrawal allowed Willis to stay on the case, and today Wade appeared for a deposition in front of the House Judiciary Committee. The deposition was closed to the press, but 4 days ago, on October 11th, and before today's deposition of Wade, DA Willis sent two separate letters. The first letter was addressed to Wade. It reads in part, quote, "I write to remind you of your continuing obligation not to disclose any confidential information related to ongoing criminal matters in which you worked while you were a special counsel district attorney, including information that is protected from disclosure by grand jury secrecy rules or applicable legal privileges held by the office. To that end, this letter should serve as a formal notice that Fulton County DA is asserting all applicable legal protections and privileges over the information you obtained as a result as special counsel to this office," end quote. Now, the second letter was addressed to Chairman.
Now, guys, what does this really mean? What this means is that Fani Willis is scared. She's running scared, and she's clearly desperately trying to find any type of legal jargon that she can pull together, any type of law that she can grab and muster up to keep her ex-lover, secret love affair boyfriend from basically ratting her out. So she's leveraging attorney-client privilege here, among other things, to keep him silent. Oh boy, do I have some breaking bombshell news for you guys. Fani Willis is in some serious hot water, folks. In fact, Fani Willis may have just received the worst news from her ex-secret lover, Nathan Wade, and the outcome of the congressional testimony that has just come out, guys. Holy cow, guys. Check this out. Who is this? It looks like it's none other than lover boy Nathan Wade. Now, rumors are swirling around that there was some White House collusion that was going on between Nathan Wade, Fani Willis, and Donald Trump in relation to the Georgia election interference case, which took place in Fulton County courts. Let's see if we can get a word from Nathan Wade here walking down the hallway.
Willis not speak about your investigation. Mr. Wade, you might have answered the committee's questions given DA Willis's letter instructing you not to discuss the investigation. You're going to follow those instructions? You have a message for the this morning?
Did you speak?
What do you think? Is there anything that's not off limits today in the interview?
Did you speak with DA Willis?
Are you going to invoke the Fifth Amendment? Are you going to say anything of relevance tonight?
Now, wouldn't it be a shame if this video were to go viral and this literally just comes crashing down on Fani Willis's world? But I think it's so sad that it took a subpoena to get the truth to come out. These people have proven time and time again that they just cannot be trusted. But sadly, a lot of dancing around questions took place, okay? I want you guys to have a look at this. This is actually the transcript from the open house committee today. So basically, the question to Nathan Wade was, so I was asking if he remembered whether you would have had a paralegal, someone that was on your team, or an assistant reach out to schedule this conference with White House counsel. His answer, of course, I don't recall. Okay, so the next question is, okay, do you remember who attended this conference with White House counsel? Nathan Wade's answer, I don't recall. Basically pleading the fifth here. Is it safe to assume, since you billed for the conference with White House counsel, that you attended this conference with White House counsel? He answered, yes. Okay. Do you remember if it was in person or by telephone? I don't recall. How you gonna not remember if you were there or not? Come on, guys. Are y'all buying that? Because I ain't buying it. So next question is, so I'll read the lines in for the record. And now again, it says, quote, interview with DC White House, November 18th, 2022. 8 hours at $250. Cost $2,000. Do you remember an interview with DC or the White House occurring on November 18th, 2022? Answer, I don't remember it happening. I know that it did because the entry says that it did. I wonder if Nathan Wade ever billed the Georgia taxpayers for work that was possibly never even done. Is that outside the scope of possibilities? What do y'all think? So the next question is, do you remember it occurring on or near November 18th? Answer from Nathan Wade was, I don't remember it happening, but I know that it did because the date completed says November 18th. Okay. Next question says, do you have any recollection of what you were referring to or who you were referring to when you said interview with DC White House? Nathan Wade answers, I don't. This, to me, sounds like somebody's got something to hide. Now, I've worked with a lot of attorneys over the years, and when they bill by the hour, they provide a lot of detail, lots of color, lots of clarity with regard to the work that was completed, who they worked with, spoke with, had conversations with, emailed, correspondence, and everything whenever they bill by the hour, especially when they bill by the hour. So for Nathan Wade, and if you guys remember, this guy was highly sought after by the White House, by Washington, D.C. Why would this guy, who was so highly sought after, have piss poor level notes in terms of what was discussed, who he has met up with, whether he was there in person or if it was on a phone call? Come on, guys. There is a lot that is about to be uncovered here, and I cannot wait to share with you guys. Oh man, this is getting me fired up, guys. This is really getting me fired up here, guys. Now, if you guys remember Fani Willis, she's the district attorney, the prosecutor from Fulton County, Georgia, that was going after Donald Trump and about 18 other co-defendants in the Georgia election interference case, which we were hearing a lot about earlier in the year. This case was on pause for a little while because of the Supreme Court's review and ultimate decision regarding Donald Trump's immunity. And so anyway, we got a breaking bombshell update for you guys today. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump into this here. So essentially, the recent testimony of Nathan Wade, a special prosecutor that was hired by none other than Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, revealed some very surprising details about how Fani Willis began preparing to prosecute former President Donald Trump even before she officially took office, guys. We've been hearing rumors about the White House basically sending Fani Willis after Donald Trump to prosecute him in order to basically prevent him from becoming president of the United States. There were accusations, but there was never any actual proof to corroborate these accusations. Well, guys, Nathan Wade's testimony today was given in a closed door session, and it was later released by the House Judiciary Committee, shedding a lot of light on Fani Willis's early actions. This is going to shock you guys. For some folks, it's actually going to confirm some conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? Now, you guys know that we've been following this case very closely. So this, it warms my heart to be able to share this update with you guys. All right. So we all know Donald Trump's innocent. So let's just go ahead and put that out there. Anyway, Nathan Wade explained that Fani Willis had already started planning for the Trump case before she officially became Fulton County District Attorney on January 1st, 2021. Now you got to ask yourself, why in the world would Fani Willis begin prosecuting Donald Trump's case before she became the DA? Who tipped her off? Who tipped off Fani Willis to go after Donald Trump? That's the big question here, right? Now, according to Nathan Wade, Fani Willis essentially formed a search committee in order to find a special prosecutor for the Trump investigation soon after the November 2020 presidential election, making it very clear that she was focused on prosecuting Donald Trump before her term even began. So think about this. This was a very coordinated effort. She was planning to prosecute Donald Trump. This is kind of like Letitia James in New York. Remember that? She campaigned on prosecuting Donald Trump. I will bring him down. Remember that, right? Same thing that's very similar thing is happening in Fulton County, Georgia here. And I have proof for you guys. Nathan Wade was approached by this search committee before. This timeline is so important, guys. This timeline is so important. Nathan Wade was approached by this search committee before Fani Willis even took office, which showed that this investigation was a priority for Fani Willis from the very beginning. Okay. Now, when Nathan Wade was asked if there was any kind of communication about this role as a special prosecutor before Fani Willis assumed office, he responded, absolutely. So Nathan Wade ratted out Fani Willis. His side piece, Fani Willis, was ratted out by Nathan Wade. Absolutely is what Nathan Wade was quoted to saying when he was asked if there was any communications about this role as a special prosecutor before Fani Willis assumed office. Absolutely is what he said. He stated that these discussions started back in November 2020, just after the presidential election and well before Fani Willis was sworn in. Nathan Wade also shared that he initially didn't want the job. He also declined. He made sure to share this part. He shared that he initially didn't want the job and that he declined the offer multiple times. He went on to explain that the committee pretty much kept trying to convince him, saying, hey, quote, the committee turned their guns on me, end quote, meaning that they really pushed for him to take the position. Makes you wonder, why was that? Why was the committee pressuring Nathan Wade to take this position? What was so special about Nathan Wade? He eventually agreed because he found the legal issues involved in the case interesting and unique, so he says. Now, as Nathan Wade put it, quote, it was unlike anything that has ever happened in American history. So I was right in that regard, end quote. Now, despite his hesitations, Nathan Wade accepted the role. However, he admitted that he didn't fully realize the potential consequences of being involved in such a high-profile case. Get this, guys. The rabbit hole goes even deeper, okay? Former Georgia Governor Roy Barnes even warned Nathan Wade about the risks. But Nathan Wade, at this point, I guess he was a little bit too curious, and he chose to continue, attracted by the legal challenges of this case. Probably also attracted to Fani Willis's case, if you know what I mean. Now, he also revealed that he communicated with Fani Willis daily during this transition period that ended up leading up to her official start as the district attorney. Okay. Oh boy. So Nathan Wade, he wasn't solely focused on the Trump case during his time at the Fulton County District Attorney's office. He claims that he supervised attorneys that were handling other criminal matters, criminal cases as well, through his involvement, although it was actually his involvement with the Trump investigation, which remained to be a significant part of his role. I'm not sure of the exact percentages, but significant, I guess more than 50%, right? Now, one of the more striking parts of Nathan Wade's testimony here involved the meetings that he had with officials from the Biden administration. Now, Nathan Wade, he confirmed that back in April 2022, he and other members of Fani Willis's team met with congressional staffers, including representatives from the January 6th committee in Washington, D.C. Guys, keep in mind the dates. I just want to say this one more time because remember, we were hearing rumors about collusion with the White House, between the White House and Fani Willis and Nathan Wade and Donald Trump and all of these other cases that miraculously just came out of nowhere shortly after Donald Trump announced that he would be running for president for 2024. So I want to reiterate this for you guys. Keep in mind the dates, okay? Nathan Wade confirmed back in April 2022, this is 2 years ago, that he and other members of Fani Willis's team met with congressional staffers, including representatives from the January 6th committee in Washington, D.C. Keep in mind, these are Atlanta, these are Fulton County district attorneys, these are Fulton County special prosecutors and attorneys. What the heck are they doing meeting with congressional staffers and representatives from the January 6th committee up in Washington, D.C.? You tell me, guys, okay? Now, these meetings, according to Nathan Wade, they were to share insights about the Trump investigation, but he made it very clear that no evidence was shared with or retained by the federal officials. Okay? So let's talk about this for a second. These meetings, according to Nathan Wade, they were to share insights about the Trump investigation. Why do you have to meet in person for that? Why was this being coordinated with this particular special prosecutor before Fani Willis was even officially a district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia? You got to wonder about that, right? Now, as the House Judiciary Committee investigates whether there were political motivations behind the Trump investigations, Wade's testimony could become very important here, guys. His revelations are very likely to be used by Donald Trump's legal team as they prepare their defense against the charges that are being brought by Fani Willis's team. Now, guys, there's also some big news that is coming out regarding Fani Willis losing a major case, which was actually presented by none other than the very famous Ashley Merchant. Guys, I'm going to be covering that very soon. You definitely want to follow that. You definitely want to subscribe to the channel, because when I drop that bombshell news, this almost ends Fani Willis's world as we know it. Okay. Again, hit the like button for the video. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I will continue to bring you guys more bombshell breaking news as it comes out. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll see you guys on the next one.